BJP leader Tajinder Bagga's arrest by Punjab Police and his subsequent return to Delhi this evening has sparked a massive political war. While BJP workers staged a demonstration outside the Erupts headquarters in Delhi, raising slogans against the Kejriwal government, the arrest of the BJP leaders also triggered a debate over alleged misuse of police force to silence political opponents. We have seen it playing out in Maharashtra, where MP MLA couple Navneet Rana and Ravneet Rana were arrested and charged with sedition following their announcement to chant Hanuman Chalisa outside Chief Minister Uddhav's residence. Recently, we also saw Assam police arresting Gujarat MLA Jignesh Mevani after being released on bail. Mevani alleged that he was incarcerated at the behest of Assam government's political bosses in Delhi.
They are making mockery of the law. As per the High Court around 2019, the police has to go to the local police station and inform the local police station that we have come to arrest the so-and-so person. But they have not done so. They are mocking it as if they are trying to use the Punjab Police by a remote control. They think as Aam Aadmi Party is using Punjab Police by remote control, they can do the same with Delhi Police. It's not going to happen. It's a sheer case of kidnapping. And I'm saying on record, it's an issue of deflecting from the core issue of Khalistan, which is propping up in Punjab.
देखिए, तेजिंदर पाल बग्गा जी को सांप्रदायिक तनाव, सांप्रदायिक हिंसा भड़काने के मामले में पंजाब पुलिस ने अरेस्ट किया है। 5 बार उनको इस मामले में समन भेजा गया, लेकिन वो पुलिस के सामने हाजिर नहीं हुए। वो हाई कोर्ट तक गए। हाई कोर्ट ने भी इस समन को और इस वारंट को खारिज करने से मना कर दिया। और ये पंजाब और हरियाणा दोनों का हाई कोर्ट है जिसने इस मामले को खारिज करने से मना कर दिया। तो आज सुबह पंजाब पुलिस के पास और कोई चारा ही नहीं बचा। वो दिल्ली आए, उन्होंने दिल्ली पुलिस को इन्फॉर्म किया और फिर वो तेजिंदर बग्गा जी को अरेस्ट करने चले गए।
All right, let's take this across to our guest. Joining us live with us is Madhavdas Singh Bagga, who's the national spokesperson of the BJP. Also with us is Dr. Suman Siraman, political analyst. Also joining us on the broadcast is Kapil Madan, lawyer. Let me go across to you first, Suman Siraman. Here is a person, Tajinder Pal Singh Bagga, who even if there is a case and summons have been sent, his family, his lawyers all say that they have represented every time that there has been a summons, not just Mr. Bagga, but his legal team has done so. In which case, it raises serious questions about whether transit remand or even informing the local police, the normal procedures, why was it not followed by the Punjab Police?
The SP of Punjab Police has categorically said that due procedure was followed. Delhi Police were informed. 5 times Mr. Bagga was summoned for, he did not turn up even once. And very importantly, there is no need for a transit remand if the person is to be produced before the magistrate within 24 hours. Now the question arises, Madhav, you tell me, what kind of mockery of the system is this? Are we going to have various state police forces quarreling with each other like this?
No, but who's caused that mockery, sir?
Wait.
When there is a jurisdiction, when there is a... I am asking you a question, sir. On 2 points, at least, Mr. Bagga says you are wrong. Because they say that, yes, there were 5 summons, but those summons were answered and responded to. Number 1. Point number 2, can the police of one state, what do you mean? Yes, they were. He has been presented.
How many times?
He has presented. That is his version. That is his mother's on record. You want me to play out his mother's bite for you? You want me to play out his mother's bite? This is what their family is saying.
No, you tell me. How many times did the police serve summons before for someone asking him?
Mr. Suman Siraman, I will tell you. Go to a court and get a warrant. That is why the courts of law are. The courts of law are to provide a non-bailable warrant. Get that warrant from the court and then go and secure that arrest. Execute the warrant. The police are not a law unto themselves, sir. The police are subjected to law of the CRPC. The police cannot be a law unto themselves anywhere in the country. If there is a law that applies to the case of state of Maharashtra, when the Bihar police went there and were not allowed to investigate the case of the actor Sushant Singh Rajput, that same law and that same provision of the IPC and CRPC applies to Mr. Bagga and to the Punjab Police as well. No police, sir, I'm sorry. Mr. Suman Siraman, you've clearly not understood the law. You've clearly not understood the law or even a semblance of understanding of what it means to inform the local police. Why was the local police in Delhi not informed, sir? Can you tell us that?
Warrant for him, a man who is in custody of Punjab Police.
No, but that's the point. That's the point. All right, let me bring in Madhavdas Singh Bagga. Madhavdas Singh Bagga, There was no need for transit remand. There was no need to inform the Delhi police. That is what Mr. Suman C. Raman is saying. Please answer his question. Please answer his question.
You know why there was no need? Because Arvind Kejriwal do not follow any law. He himself said in one of the interviews, एक बार मेरे पास पुलिस आने दो, इन 2, 4, 5 लोगों को जेल में डालूंगा तो इनका दिमाग ठीक हो जाएगा. And if one person went up to this to say this, you can very well understand his intentions. जिस आदमी ने घर बुलाकर अपने एमएलओ से एक चीफ सेक्रेटरी को पिटवाया हो, उसकी आप मानसिकता सोच सकते हैं. इनके लिए कानून की कोई अहमियत नहीं है. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आई मस्ट क्लैरिफाई दिस थिंग हियर. लास्ट कुछ ज्यादा दूर की बात नहीं है, इसी जनवरी में 2022 में ये मेरे हाथ में केस है जिसमें डबल बेंच ने ये कहा कि वी अगेन रिट्रिएट, दैट्स द कोड वर्डिंग, वी रिट्रिएट that no state police can arrest anybody from Delhi without the consent or without the approval of local police. This is the, I can show this if Mr. Suman, sorry, whatever name is, I'm very sorry for that.
Mr. Suman C. Raman,
Suman C. Raman, if they do not want to understand, it's up to very clear. Is Mr. Bagga a terrorist? Is he a murderer? What kind of criminal is that? 50 people, a kind of a battalion from Punjab Police came here in that. Please let me finish my point. Please let me finish my point. You have been speaking. I was not intervening in between. Please, humble request to you, sir. Tajinder Bagga कोई कातिल नहीं है, कोई आतंकी नहीं है. तजिंदर बग्गा ने क्या कहा? एक सिंपल लाइन, अरविंद केजरीवाल जी, मैं तब तक आपका पीछा नहीं छोड़ूंगा जब तक आप ये नहीं बताएंगे कि आपने कहा था विद इन 24 आवर्स गुरु ग्रंथ साहिब जी की बेअदबी कराने वालों को जेल में डाल दिया जाए. आपके 24 घंटे कब पूरे होंगे?
So this was the exact line. Mr. Sirsa, even if that argument of Mr. Suman C. Raman is to be accepted, I think you have quite clearly exposed those arguments. But Mr. Suman C. Raman, does it behove any state police to behave in the manner that they are? There's video of the manner in which Tajinder Pal Singh Bagga and his father have been manhandled. There's an FIR, there's a complaint, and clearly the fact that he is not being allowed to even wear his turban. His father is being pushed around. His father's not an accused, sir. Does anybody's family members deserve to be treated this way according to you?
One second. First of all, why was the arrest resisted? There was no reason for Mr. Bagga not to appear for interrogation. 5 times the police have issued summons.
So police is justified in beating him up and his family members.
Police
That's your argument.
is not justified.
They're justified in beating up the family members.
Arrest, what do you want the police
if
to
the
do?
person resists arrest, his family members should be beaten up. All right, this is new jurisprudence. This is a new precedent in law, sir. Thank you so much. No, I'm not lying. You're the one saying that. I asked you, family should be beaten up. You're saying he is resisting arrest. What else should be done? So this is clearly your understanding of law. Let's bring someone who has little more experience in understanding law. We have Kapil Madan with us. Kapil Madan, Mr. Suman C. Raman believes that the arrest is absolutely as per law. There has been no violation of procedure. It is completely correct, and therefore, if what has happened in other cases with other political leaders such as Jignesh Bhiwani, and I personally believe that any kind of overreach of any police in any state, in any jurisdiction of the country should be come down, or we should all come down hard on it. We cannot allow this free-for-all to go on, and that is certainly not justified. What would you say to Mr. Suman C. Raman, who says that 5 times summons were rejected? What do you do to a person who is not going to appear for these summons, even though his family members have denied that charge? Your response, Kapil Madan, you're a lawyer.
Madhav, let me respond. If Mr. Suman C. Raman is saying that 5 times notices were issued, and despite that Mr. Bagga failed to appear there, so nothing prevented the Punjab Police to approach the concerned magistrate and to get a warrant issued.
Exactly what I said.
To tell you technically,
yes.
Tell you what, there is a technical issue here. Once the warrant is issued by a magistrate, it is addressed to a person within whose local jurisdiction the person who is to be arrested resides. Meaning thereby, Punjab Magistrates Court will issue a warrant addressing the concerned police official here or a magistrate here, who will thereafter execute the warrants to arrest. That is point number 1. Now, the second issue here is that if the police came here and they wanted to arrest without the warrant, then Mr. Sirsa is right. As per the Delhi High Court's decision, it was mandated that the Punjab Police had to inform the local police here before the arrest and after the arrest also. So that's the legal position where we are. I personally don't know whether the police was intimated, the Delhi police was intimated in advance or not.
Okay.
I mean, these will be discovered during the.
I'm going to.
Let me also tell you.
Yeah, I'm going to come back to you, gentlemen. I'm just coming back to you. We are going to slip into a quick break because this is certainly the position in law that Mr. Suman Raman must clarify on. Although I must say there are questions that the Haryana and Delhi police also have to answer because there are some very clear lapses in procedure that at least appear to have taken place over there as well. I'm going to come back to the story in just a few minutes. Stay with us. Welcome back. We're discussing the sensational developments that took place today when the Punjab Police swooped into the national capital and arrested BJP spokesperson in Delhi, that is Tajinder Pal Singh Bagga. Later, of course, in the day, it is the Haryana Police that stopped that convoy of the Punjab Police, and on the basis of the complaint of the Delhi Police, in fact, sent Tajinder Singh Pal Bagga back to Delhi in the hands of the Delhi Police. Now, I want to ask Mr. Madhavdas Singh Bagga, how often do you see the Delhi Police registering a case of a missing person in just the span of 1 hour, and with such alacrity the Haryana Police acting to return this individual? Now, this is a speed that the common man does not see, and that's why many are asking whether it has only happened because he was a BJP spokesperson.
I think at least you should congratulate us for that the citizen of Delhi has been saved from Punjab Police. If you feel that it's an extraordinary case, let it be an extraordinary case. For coming days, every citizen would have this kind of a right. Don't you feel? That is somebody is kidnapped.
No, that's wonderful, sir. That's wonderful. But will you do this for the Aam Aadmi of Delhi? That is the question.
Definitely will do it.
That is the question. The Aam Aadmi does not see the speedy justice or speedy police intervention.
I have a question.
Okay. I assure you, when any of the Aam Aadmi Party person is also arrested in Delhi, they should approach me and I'll ensure that same kind of justice will be done to them also.
Okay. Kapil
because Punjab Police will...
Quick intervention from Kapil. Kapil wants to ask a quick question. Yes, Kapil.
So I will ask my dear brother, Mr. Sissa, if you remember Disha Ravi's case, she was critical against the government. If you read her bail order, the same observation came against the Delhi police that they have flouted the rule. They never contacted the concerned police station in Bangalore before arresting Disha Ravi. And they got a reprimand from the honorable courts in Delhi. All I am saying is the BJP, he got this special treatment because he is BJP spokesperson, because we know how they have arrested Vignesh.
All right, we'll have to leave it there for the moment, Kapil. I'm sorry to intervene again, but Kapil Madan, Dr. Suman Raman and Madhavdas Singh Bagga, we'll have to leave it there for the moment. Certainly a big story at 9 o'clock today. We'll see you again when, in fact, Tajinder Pal Singh Bagga will be presented before the Metropolitan Magistrate's residence, that is, of course, in Gurgaon. We'll see you at 9 o'clock this evening.